What is going on YouTube? Nexus TV back here in another video today. This is the next two pages of the Lance book that I did a couple weeks ago. More information about the book is going to be 6 chapters because it's similar to a Disney Plus series. It's a book that's similar to a Disney Plus series, pretty much. Um, I know it's been a while since I made a video like this. Like I said, it's been a couple weeks, but I really wanted to make this book like really good, and I needed time, So let's get into it. Next two pages. Let's start. Take this advice. Lance opens his eyes. It's 4 in the morning. Lance struggles to recount the day before and remembers what happened. He remembers the dream he had while he was sleeping. He was back at the and ignore that. That always happens. But anyway, he was back at the Avengers facility trying to find Banner and Scott. Lance thinks about making some breakfast and then wonders if there's even food in the refrigerator. Lance decides to check, so he walks downstairs and looks in the fridge. Nothing. Lance checks the cabinets. Nothing. He then remembers that if no one has been there since 2017, any food would be spoiled by now and would have been thrown out. He thinks about his options for a second, but then suddenly his phone starts ringing. He wonders who could be calling him this early and sees the caller ID. He sees that it's Bucky and quickly answers the phone. "Hey Bucky, how's it going?" Lance says with a nonchalant tone. "Pretty good. I've been seeing the news, Spider-Man making headlines. How does it feel?" Bucky says in a joking tone. Lance answers after a short laugh. "Terrible. How did they not know that Peter and I are being framed?" Bucky answers a little quick. "I don't know, but all I know is if you need my help, I'll be there. Besides, it wouldn't be the first time I had to help a friend who's in trouble and can't get it out of it by himself," Bucky says while letting out a chuckle. Lance thanks Bucky and they hang up. Lance checks the time and sees that it's 4:32 a.m. He decides to leave the house and embark on his 9-hour drive to Oak Park, Michigan. He gathers his stuff and then gets in his car. Lance starts his car up and reverses out the driveway and drives away from the house. 8 hours into the drive, Lance sees he's almost out of gas and needs to fill his car up at a gas station. So he gets off at the first exit in Shaker Heights, Ohio he sees and finds a Kroger fuel station. He pulls up to a gas pump and stops his car. Lance realizes that he'll have to go inside and that the clerk would most likely call the police or the National Guard or the FBI on him or something. Lance pushes the anxiety down and goes inside the gas station store. Lance walks in and instantly goes to the refrigerators in search of a soda or energy drink. He decides to grab an Arizona tea and head up front to pay for gas for his car. $20 on pump 4, please. Lance says while also sliding the drink to the clerk whose name tag reads Emily. The clerk rings up Lance's drink and hands it back to him while suddenly she notices that the man who's in front of her is Lance Davidson. Emily marvels at the fact that Lance is actually out in public and asks him if it's true that him and Peter killed Quentin Beck. Lance replies with, "No, Peter Parker and I are being framed, and now I'm trying to clear my name." Lance realizes that this girl's a kid, probably no older than 17. Lance looks at her again and pleads with her to not tell anyone she's seen him. Emily nods at Lance and gives him a thumbs up and a wink. Lance smiles at Emily, grabs his tea, and leaves the building, walking back to his car. Lance fills his car up with fuel and hops back in. Lance realizes that with traffic, he just has another 3 hours to drive instead of just 1, so that means his journey has become 11 hours instead of only 9. Lance decides to get a head start. He pulls out of the gas station and merges onto the highway, going 97 miles per hour. Lance is making good time. He's already 10 miles down the packed highway, weaving in and out of the lanes as if he's a NASCAR driver. Lance is suddenly slowed when he sees a car about 45 feet ahead of him suddenly veer to the left, crashing into the median. Lance slows his car down and stops off to the side in front of the crashed car, and he sees the damage through the side view mirrors. The car was totaled. The front end was smashed, the doors were dented beyond repair, and much more. Lance's heroic senses kick in and he jumps out of the car, running over to the wreckage. He notices an older black man inside the car who appeared to be unconscious. Who appears to be unconscious. Lance grabs his phone and dials 911. 911, what is your emergency? Asks the operator. Lance tells the operator the problem and she says the ambulance will be there in 15 minutes. Lance thanks the operator and hangs up the phone. He runs over to the driver's side door trying to open it so that he could pull the man out. Lance uses all his strength to open the door and he finally rips open the door and pulls the man out, sitting him against the median amongst broken glass and paint chips. Lance starts trying to get the man to wake up, tapping him on the shoulder. Come on, man, wake up." The guy opens his eyes and realizes that the person who saved him is Lance Davidson. The man smiles and says, "You're not a bad guy. You saved my life." Lance sits beside the man and tells him that he wishes everyone else saw it that way. The old man looks over at Lance and gives him a tough word of advice. "Hey, young fella, life is like that. You can do all good, but the one time you slip up, all that goes away. And I can tell that you've always had help in some way, and and don't know how to deal with a huge responsibility or guide yourself. You need to fix your reputation. Bring a team. Lead them. Take control. Be responsible of the moves you and your team make because you need to. Be the leader. This is your mission. Do this and make it to where the metal spider can never be slandered again, especially by some phony magician. Lance listens to him closely and intensely and thinks about what the man said. He's right, and Lance knew it. Suddenly, the slow-moving cars move out the way for the ambulance. The ambulance slows down and gets the stretcher out for the old man. Lance and the old man nod at each other and part ways. Lance gets back in his car and starts it up, continuing his journey to Oak Park. Lance and Hero, page 2. Page 4, technically. Lance gets into Oak Park and calls up Hero. Lance and Hero hadn't talked since Christmas of 2023, but Lance needed Hero's help. He opens his phone. Lance sees Hero's contact and presses the call button. The phone rings twice, and Hero answers on the second ring. Hello, Lance? Hero says apprehensively. Hero, man, I know this is short notice, but can I come by the house? I need to talk to you. Lance says frantically. Hero responds to him and says, yeah, sure, man, of course, I'll see you when you get here. Lance gets to Hero's house about an hour after making the call and gets out of his car. He hadn't seen Hero in a long time, but he knew that the old man was right in his advice. Lance didn't need to lead. Lance pulls down the hood of his hooded scarf and walks up to the door. Lance knocks on the door and Hero opens it after a moment. Hero greets Lance and tells him to come in. Lance and Hero sit down and the two converse about each other's lives. Hero mentions to Lance that he's heard about the identity reveal and that it's all over the news. Lance realizes that it's been 2 days already and he tells Hero that he needs some help. What? The Avengers lose their powers or something? Hero says with a laugh. No, the ones I can call have their own issues and I don't know about the others. Lance says in a matter-of-fact tone. So you need my help? Hero asks, raising an eyebrow. Lance nods and says, Hero, I need an old friend that I can trust. You're the only one I can turn to. Lance says. Hero looks at Lance and smiles. Follow me to the garage, he says. The two get up and walk through the house to the garage door while walking. While walking, the two continue to chat about their lives. How's your family? Lance says. Good. Me and my family are thinking about moving back to Japan. My mom wants to move back and my stepdad's all for it. He's never seen it before. Lance is happy for Hero. He remembers when they were younger, Hero always talked about Japan. Hero opens the door to his garage, revealing that the garage has actually been converted into a workshop. Lance looks around in awe at the workshop, seeing different tools and pieces of technology. Hero calls Lance over to a sliding door. Are you ready for this? Hero says while looking back at Lance. Lance nods and motions for Hero to open the door. Hero slides it open and the duo walk into a tatami room. Lance sees a single case at the center of the room and Hero moves past him. He kneels down, looks back at Lance, and then opens the case. So, those are the 2 pages. And I know you guys are probably extremely excited for what's in the case. But thing is that the next 2 pages have already been completed, so you'll probably get the next Lance video maybe tomorrow, maybe Monday or Tuesday. Definitely this week, though. Definitely this coming week or sooner. So, thank you guys for watching, and make sure to like, subscribe, and share, and Nexus TV out. Have a good day or night wherever you are.